G'day, and welcome back to what we're calling Season 2.
Patio Down Under to start with.
Welcome back to Patio Down Under, what we're calling Season 2.
Yes, Season 2.
Episode 1.
Yes.
The Aftermath. And we're back.
The trip.
we're back on air. We're back in Australia.
Yep.
And we're back to reality, unfortunately.
Yes, that's right.
We've actually been back, 2 weeks now?
This is 2 weeks.
But we've both been battling certain illnesses. Nothing like that.
Nothing,
just,
no baggage.
no baggage leakage or spottage or anything like
Nothing
that.
like that. No, just recovering.
Just recovering, yes.
It was a big 2 weeks.
Couple of old fools who thought they were 21 again. And I'm still...
I don't know about again. I thought we were just 21, but found out no, you're not.
I'm still carrying a sniffly nose.
Me too.
I'm really struggling. But anyway, it was well worth it, that's for sure.
Yeah.
And you're feeling better, Steve?
I'm much better now, yeah. While I was over there, as you know, I was... I don't know what happened to me. I just bloated up. I had cankles. I was bloated all up. My stomach was like a massive balloon. My head was like a big pumpkin. I don't know whether it was the weather. I've not experienced that kind of weather before. So
to put it bluntly, you were fat.
I was huge.
Yeah.
And then I came back, and in 2 weeks, I've lost everything.
Yeah. So we did a lot of walking, and as we said, it was extremely hot, and a few expats over there said it was unseasonably hot.
Yeah, that's right.
We leading up to it, we had all these grand plans of what we were going to do, and
go karting,
visit this and go there, and
target shooting,
giving you all this great travel advice,
water parks.
But it was just too fucking hot.
It was incredible.
It was too hot.
Even getting on the BART bus and going to one of the shopping centres there. Was an effort. Was an absolute effort.
Everything was a chore.
Yeah.
Everything was a chore.
So we'll have to go back then when it's not hot.
Yeah, that'd be a good idea. So we did a lot of, but we did a lot of walking in the heat, a lot of drinking as you do.
Yeah.
I came back and I thought I'm going to step on the scales and see what kind of damage I did, and I put on 1 kilo. And Steve-O,
I got on the scale. Yeah, I was sick. Before I left, I was 81.3 or 4 or something like that. I came back and was 87.4.
Yeah.
So my body just decided I'm not letting anything go.
Yeah.
So I think I held on to all the beer, all the food.
Yeah.
I did go to the toilet somehow. So,
yeah.
But I don't think I overate, but just my body was just I don't know, just trying to survive the heat.
And did you crap out whole lettuce leaves like I did while I was over there?
No, I didn't.
That place does those things to you. It's not the first time that's happened to me.
No, I did piss a lot. I couldn't believe how many times I had to go to the toilet.
Yeah.
But the heat, I've not felt anything like that before.
Yeah. Well, I had my first beer in 2 weeks last night. I haven't
I haven't had a beer. I have had some wine since I've been back.
Yeah.
I've had some wine, but not beer. I'm scared to have beer for some reason.
You tend to wine a lot, so. Yeah.
I'm just, I don't know, having beer right now makes me feel like I'm going to bloat again.
Yeah.
It's put the fear of God in me, but I'll get back to it one day.
Yeah. So here we are, guys. As I said, we're back. We've decided to call this Season 2 because I guess,
we've talked about going, and now we've gone. We're going to do Season 2 to say we've been, this is it.
And this is it. So, as we discussed, I think, we spent our first day in Bangkok and then off to Kanchanaburi, then, a week or a bit more than a week in Pattaya. But I guess today we'll just
overview it a bit and say we did a few things, but we're not going to go into detail.
Yeah, we're going to try and make our holiday a 3-part series. No, well, I won't say a series. Well, yeah, 3-part.
It is a series.
3-part series. And we're just going to basically start off with our day in Bangkok and just a bit of an overview of our trip and maybe some changes we noticed in Thailand as a whole. Which, just thinking, it wasn't really many changes, was there?
Well,
Not much has changed.
I think for us that we'd taken so long, we'd taken 3 years to go since COVID started. A lot of stuff was open. A couple of changes that I can point out that I saw were that there was a place that before COVID you could rely on to get something to eat any time of the day. It was a 24/7 restaurant called Kiss Food
and Drink.
Kiss Food and Drink, and you could go there anytime you wanted. And I found out that's not the case anymore.
Yeah.
We went to get something to eat there, and it was closed at 1 a.m.
Yeah.
And it was about 2 o'clock, and we just missed out. So we ended up going somewhere else to eat. But a lot of places were closed.
Everything's still closing. Well,
2 o'clock,
relatively early, we'll say.
Yeah.
In a city like Pattaya that was,
buzzing till 5 o'clock in the morning.
In a way, 24 hours.
Yeah, almost. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, when I say 24 hours, the only time it really wasn't buzzing was maybe 7 a.m. till about 11 p.m. or midday. It was very quiet that time. But now it's everything's. But in saying that, everything shuts at 2.
Still a lot to do though.
Everything shuts at 2, but I did manage to walk out of a nightclub after 6 a.m.
6 o'clock? Yeah, I left at 4:30 because I couldn't do it anymore.
Yeah, so I won't say you got to have local knowledge, but you got to have knowledge because this one nightclub in particular we went to was
it looked like it was shut. It was all dark. There was hardly any lights on. There was nothing happening.
There were people just hanging around out the front.
Yeah.
There was a couple of security guards, and we got dragged there. And we're like, "What's going on here?" Like we couldn't hear anything. All the lights were off. Everything was like, this joint's closed. What are you waiting for? Police car drove past and rode off into the sun. There was no sun, but rode off into the distance. And then next thing you know, the ropes are pulled aside, everyone rushes in, and then the ropes go, and then you get upstairs, and there's this nightclub just pumping away till fucking all hours of the morning. So,
well, the first nightclub I did stay, and we stayed right to the end, which was about 4. I think we finished up at 4 o'clock because then we walked down to the other one.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, that's right. They opened the doors at 4.
I went in, and I think I was there for like half an hour. And I left.
Yeah.
But that first one we stayed, and that was an experience.
So we can report that although everything does shut at 2, I think if you look hard enough,
you'll find stuff open.
Yeah. We were in just a beer bar for someone's birthday, and they shut at 3. I think he did that night.
He was meant to shut at 2.
He was meant to shut at 2, but we kept him open
kept drinking.
3.
We kept drinking, so he's going, oh, all right. And everyone else is leaving, and it was just in the end, it was just us and the owners. And they turned half the place, all the lights off in half the place. Right. Yeah. And they're going, one more drink, okay? All right, one more drink. Yeah. One more drink, okay? All right, one more drink. Yeah. One more drink. It just kept happening.
Anyway, we an overview. We don't want to go into much detail. We need this content for episode 3, whatever it is. But, so Bangkok. Yeah.
So let's start with this. In this episode, we do want to talk about our arrival and the very weird experience we had.
I guess
nothing that we've ever done before.
We could really only discuss probably half of our day in Bangkok.
And we'll get to that.
You'll understand why we're saying half.
A half.
But yeah, we I think we mentioned we changed our flight, so we ended up flying out Friday night at 11:30 Melbourne time, Melbourne, Australia. And we landed, it was around 6 a.m.
6 o'clock we landed.
I thought, was it 5:30 or 6?
No, it was 6.
6 a.m. we landed.
Because we were getting our bags about 6:30, because it took about half an hour to get through that section.
Yeah. So, so it's about 6 a.m. we landed, headed towards immigration, and I was fucking ropeable because we had to wait like all the other plebs because our express immigration got cancelled on us, and I wasn't fucking happy about that.
Although in saying that, we did work out that if we'd accepted their invitation for them to meet us at Gate 5, we would have been all right.
Yeah.
But we didn't know where Gate 5 was. We didn't know what that meant.
And when we walked out, where were we?
Gate 5.
Right, okay. So that was Steve-O's decision not to do that because we don't know where Gate 5 is going to be. Well,
which was true.
Well, no, we didn't exit Gate 5. Remember where we?
No, we're on the other side.
Gate 5 was opposite.
Yeah, so we were probably Gate 4 maybe. I can't remember.
Whatever.
Yeah, so we're on the other side of the gate. So we walk out, and Ada just stands there going, Steve-O, it's Gate 5, mate.
Yeah.
I've gone, right.
I wasn't happy.
Oh, well, it would have worked out for us then.
So, yeah.
Anyway, we walked half
You can understand my disappointment when Steve-O got through immigration before me as well. No, I got through
No,
I got through first. Sorry, I got through first.
Yeah, you got through first. I ended up talking to a guy.
He'll pop up in the story later, yep.
Well, we're waiting in the queue to go through immigration to put our passports in and do our fingerprints and that. And there was a guy there and he just said, g'day. And I said, g'day. And he goes, geez. Because he was with 2 other mates, right?
Yeah.
So He goes, "Oh, my mates, they've already gone through." I said, "They got," because what happened was they were ushering everyone through, and to try and speed everything up, as they were ushering everyone through, and everyone was getting in little queues to get up to the gate to check your passport in, they decided to put those ropes up, and then they opened up 5 other spots and let all the people behind us there.
Yeah.
So he got through thinking, "Oh, I'm going to get here before I miss out." And his mates were behind him, behind the rope.
Yeah.
And next thing they open up and they've gone right to the front of the gate and gone through.
Yeah.
And so he's standing there with me. He's going, "Oh, that's great. Geez, I should have." Geez, they really know how to do things here, don't they?
Yeah.
So anyway, so we started talking and this and that. And he said that he was there for Anzac Day.
Yep.
I said, "Oh, so you're going to Hellfire Pass?" He goes, "Yep." I said, "Oh, we are too." He goes, "Oh, who are you with?" I said, "Oh, my brother." And he's over there. He waved over and, "Yep, no worries. Say good day." And just started chatting and what he's doing, and he's retired now, and he's doing things with his mates, going travelling here and there, and this is one of the bucket list things they wanted to do. And he said, "Yeah, we were meeting some friends in Kanchanaburi, and we're going to go with them into the dawn service and whatever." I said, "Oh, no worries, yeah, man." And I got called up, and I said, "G'day." I said, "I'll see you later, mate. I might see you there. Who knows?
Might see you in Kanchanaburi.
Might see you in Kanchanaburi."
Yeah.
So he goes, "Oh, no worries." So that was it, and I went through. I mean, I think our bags were the last ones on the bloody thing. Remember, there was hardly any bags left.
Yeah,
we were like almost last.
That's right.
Yeah.
We walked out. By the time we got out, our bags were the only. Maybe there might have been one or two other ones.
But not. It was most of them were gone.
Everyone had gone through and collected their bags. I don't know how the fuck that worked.
I don't know.
But anyway,
at least
that wouldn't have happened if we went through express immigration.
But we didn't have to wait for our bags. See, I always look at the positives. You look at the negatives.
But if we did get through express immigration and our bags weren't ready, what was right next to the carousel?
And that's the next part of the story.
Yes.
We found the little stalls, because obviously someone had twigged that we could sell more phone chips if we put ourselves in a spot where people are getting their bags.
Well, let's start off.
That's what I think.
Let's preface this by saying I've never noticed them there before. Because I never get my SIM card at the airport either. I've never got my SIM card at the airport. As I said, usually I fly in late. I head down.
So we can make an assumption they may have been there.
They may have been there before, but it's the first time I've noticed.
Well, this is our story.
Yep.
And our story says they've never been there before. No, I don't know. Yeah, look, they may have been. All I know is I've been the times that I've been, and I've never noticed them either.
Yeah. So what we're saying is there are SIM card places in the baggage hall, and ours there was one right. We got true SIM cards, and they were right next to our carousel.
But don't forget, we've watched a lot of vlogs and things.
Yep.
And a lot of them talk about going downstairs and everything. So I'm really believing that they weren't there. And I think they've twigged that it's better if they're up there, they'll sell more.
Maybe. I've never noticed them myself, so yeah, I can't say.
But anyway, the next part of the story is that we went to the stall and we bought our phone chips, fired them up, and we had internet.
Yeah, well,
we're up and running.
2 phones, I reckon we were there no longer than 15 minutes.
Not even.
10 minutes.
Yeah, 10 minutes. And
both our phones fired up, ready to go.
Up, ready, internet, whatever. We both exchanged phone numbers.
Yep.
And we were able to, on the first 2 days, call and text each other. But after day 2, my text messaging stopped working. So I messaged him instead on Messenger. So, but that was right. We got over that.
Yeah,
that's
you
fine.
could make calls still.
Yeah, we could still call each other though, so that was all right.
Yeah.
So we got our phone chips. We thought, fantastic. We got our bags. We've got a phone chip. We're ready to go. So we go downstairs and found the limousine service.
Same level.
The limousine service?
Yeah.
I thought we went down one.
No. When you walk out that's
where the phone chip thing is. Yeah. You're saying that's the same level?
Yeah.
I don't remember that.
That's where they all wait and everything. Yeah.
I thought we went down the escalator.
Nah.
Okay, if you say so.
Yep.
I think you're wrong. Anyway, okay.
Okay, all right.
So then we went and found a limousine thing, and it was quite a bit down. I thought it'd be a lot closer. I remember last time we went.
Because we had to walk right. Yeah, because.
But I think you said we ended up at a different kind of gate this time.
Yeah, because our baggage carousel was right down the other end.
Oh, we had to walk.
Yeah,
that's right. Yeah. Last time we walked out and it was right there.
But I'm wondering if maybe that's why we haven't seen the phone, because I swear I've been there. Like I said, this was my 14th time, and I reckon every time I've been there, as you walk through to the baggage hall, I've always gone off to the right. My bags have always been collected off to the right. This time it was the far left.
Again, I'm going to support our argument that it wasn't there because other people in the past in vlogs have always said it's not there.
Yeah, all right, yeah, maybe.
So anyway, we got out. We found the limousine. We got into our, I don't know, van. No, it was a
it
taxi.
car?
No, it was a taxi.
No, it was a car.
Yeah, it wasn't a limousine at all.
Well, what did you expect, a fucking stretch limo?
Remember the first time we had that big, beautiful van with the little
Yeah, because
curtains
there was
on it?
four of us.
Yeah,
That's
I know.
why.
Yeah, it was good. I should have said there was 4 of us, but anyway. But we got in a taxi and off we went. And we did a couple of videos. And along the way, Ada did point out that sign.
That was down to Pattaya, though.
Oh, was it?
Yeah, you've jumped ahead
jumped,
a week
have I?
already.
Yeah, too much beer. No, we went to Bangkok. There was no sign.
No
okay,
sign.
that's another story. I'll delete that. No,
Yeah, I'll take over from here. I think. No, so yeah, because we arrived 6 a.m. So by the time we'd done all that, we got our limo, headed into Bangkok, and got to our hotel about 7:30. I think it was.
It was about 7:30 because
7:30
the next
AM.
part of the story was just before 8.
Yeah, so 7:30 a.m. We went to check in. No, obviously check in. You can't check in at 7:30 a.m. But I had contacted the hotel prior, asking if we got in early, if we at a cheaper rate could book a room from the morning,
and
so we could check in and maybe have a bit of a sleep and then head out and check Bangkok out. But when we arrived and I asked them, they said there's nothing available. So we left our bags there, or our suitcases. We carried our bags, some bags with us. And we just decided to walk the streets of Bangkok and see what was around at 7:30, 8 o'clock in the morning. And we were staying not far from Nana Plaza. So I said, Steve, we'll go and have a look down there, see what's there, And we found a little Irish pub.
Yes, we did.
So it was probably 7:45, 10 to 8.
I think it was about 10 to 8.
And we walked in and they opened. I thought they were already open, but I'm not sure anyway.
Well, the sign said 8 a.m. So,
Wasn't
but
that
the doors were already open. And
Yeah.
remember, we walked up the stairs
Yeah.
and there was a lady just there putting some napkins on a table or something. And we go, "Are you open?" And she just gave us the most horrible
She
look.
rolled her eyes.
Put her head down and goes,
Yes.
"Okay." And we're like, "Oh, okay." Well, we went in anyway and sat down, and I said to Aid, well, there's not much to do. What about we just start with a beer?
Yeah.
And he's gone, a bit early, and I go, I guess so. But he goes, all right. Well,
I was more concerned for Steve-O because he's a bit of a lightweight when it comes to drinking. And I was like, well, we're going to start at this time of day. It's could get ugly. We've got a long day ahead of us.
so we had a beer.
So we had a beer. Yeah.
And then once 8 o'clock hit, we ordered some loaded fries.
Yeah.
I can't remember how many beers we had there before we left.
It would have been minimum 4.
Yeah. So
Minimum 4 beers.
we had a few, and we just sat there watching some sport and stuff on the screens, and weren't talking much. We were just on our phones really, and just sitting there because we were like,
We were bugging.
it was tiring. It was early, and we're already having beers. So, but I mean, in the end, we just sat there going, "This is boring. Let's go." So, we did go, and we exchanged some money. We changed some money. Did we?
Yes, remember? We changed some money next door.
No,
We changed some money.
no. I gave you some money.
But we also changed money.
Are
And then
you
we
sure?
we went to go to Hooters.
We did go into Hooters,
They were closed though.
but I couldn't remember when that happened. That was that day, wasn't it?
That was that day, yeah.
Yes,
yeah.
we went to Hooters.
So we changed money after the Irish pub. Then went
I don't remember that part.
okay, because it was about, I reckon, about 10:30, 11 o'clock maybe by the time we'd done that.
Yeah, we're there. We'll probably
we're there a few
we're in that
hours.
place a couple of hours. That's
Yeah,
right.
yeah.
So it would have been 10:30.
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
so we did try. Well, I don't remember exchanging money because I remember I had some money already and I gave you some,
Yeah.
and that's why when you see exchange money, I was like, "Well, for
Yeah, we changed money.
I must have changed money." Okay, so then we went to Hooters and they were closed. They opened at 11,
Yeah.
and it must have been 10:30.
It was about 10:30.
10:30. Yeah, it would have been between 10 10:30. They were closed.
Yeah.
So then that's when we went and had that beer in that place, that one beer.
I'll just jump in because when we went to check in at the hotel, they said as soon as a room becomes available, we'll give you a call.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Otherwise, it's 2 p.m.
Yeah, that's right. 2 p.m. check-in. So Hooters was closed, so there was a bar across the road that was open, so we went in there. They had sports on TV, so we grabbed a drink. And we had one beer there, and there was no one in there. I think we bought the lady a drink too.
We did buy one drink for her while we had a drink. Yes.
Yeah, while we had a drink, and while we were there, we just noticed the bar next door was it was a bit louder. So we sort of looking in the bar next door, and there were a lot of girls there. There might have been a couple of customers, and I said, "Steve-O, this place looks a bit better. We might just go in there. Might have a bit more fun." So we checked in and went next door, and found a table and sat down, and girls are friendly. They've all come over. We're chatting, laughing, having some beers. I think we might have bought them a few drinks here and there.
Yes, we did.
And then I said to Steve, "Oh, look, it's we haven't heard from the hotel yet. We've had a few drinks. It's a long day. We probably need to eat again."
So just so you know the timeline, in that bar we had one drink.
Yep.
It was 10:16 a.m.
Okay, there you go. Right. Yep.
So I took a photo of nothing.
Okay, right. So there you go. So there's your timeline. So we would have got to that next bar probably by 11.
Oh, no. What? No way. We wouldn't have been in that bar having a drink for half an hour.
Well, okay. Well, okay.
10:30, I reckon.
Yeah. Anyway, so we were in there, and it was like, so have you got food? So they bring a menu out. And what did we order, Steve-O?
We ordered chicken tenders.
Chicken tenders, yeah.
Well, they misspelt it.
On the menu, it said chicken tendons.
Yeah, well, we thought they misspelt it.
So Steve-O and I are going, maybe we'll get chicken tenders. They've misspelt that. That must be chicken tenders. So we ordered chicken tenders. The menu said tendons, but we ordered tenders.
Thinking, what are these people know about English?
Then out came the chicken tendons. A fucking plate.
Bits of cartilage wrapped in crumbed.
Deep fried.
Bread.
Yeah.
Deep fried.
Crumbed and deep fried fucking cartilage.
So we ended up having crumbs.
So we actually ate chicken tendons.
Well, no, I just ate the crumbs.
We just sucked the batter off.
Yeah, we just
the crumb
bit
off
and
the
chewed
outside.
everything off it, and then they left all these little white cartilages all over the plate.
Yeah. So by the time we'd ordered and eaten that, Steve-O and I were well and truly on our way to getting pretty drunk, pretty pissed.
Because we'd had a lot by that stage.
A few games of pool. I ruled the pool table. Undefeated, wasn't I? Was I undefeated?
Yeah, you were undefeated that day.
See how good I am when I'm pissed. When I'm sober, I'm shit. But so so we bought a few shots for everyone. Everyone were having shots and having a good time.
Get to the part of the story where I can really let them know other stuff.
What
like
else?
We don't know how many shots we bought.
We don't know. No, we don't.
We don't. We have no idea.
No. So we're having a bit of fun with the girls, and it's all going on, and a bit of a laugh, and the girls get all flirty and whatever, and having a bit of fun, and then Steve-O, what happened then?
So we're having the drinks and having a bit of fun, this and that, and then
your phone rang.
My phone rang, and I got up out of bed and answered my phone. I'm like, what the fuck am I doing in my bed? And it's Ada. I'm like, what the fuck happened?
Yeah. So
I answered. I go, hello. You've gone, Steve-O. I'm going, yeah, I'm in my room. How'd I get here? He goes, I don't know. I was going to ask you the same thing.
Neither of us have any
recollection of leaving the bar and getting into our room and going to sleep.
Yeah.
Everything in between that point, everything between having a drink and then Ada ringing me, blank.
I'm trying to draw on my memory, and I have a vague memory of us walking back. I don't even know if it was walking back to the hotel. Of us walking pissed in the street. I don't know where. That's a vague memory. That is all I have.
Nothing. Yeah. I was like freaking out because I'm in my bed, and I had no idea how I got there. It's now 7 p.m. and I'm sitting there going, what the fuck happened?
There's probably a good 4 to 5 hours of nothing. We
no idea.
Don't remember.
Don't know anything.
And
we're only assuming 5 because we believe check-in was 2. So we may have left at 3 or 4. We have no idea what time we got to our hotel and what time we left that bar.
Now, I doubt this happened. I highly doubt this happened. But I've told this story to mates and whatever, and a couple of them have gone, do you think you were drugged? Now, I don't think we were. I don't.
Look, the only reason why I would give it any merit, the only reason why, is because, as you said at the very beginning of the podcast, I'm a lightweight, and I am. I don't drink a lot.
Yeah.
And so when I do, it's happened to me before I've blanked out. I don't know stuff, right?
Yeah.
But whenever I've been with you, you've not blanked out.
No,
okay?
I have
and
some kind of memory.
If we've had beer for beer, shot for shot, and I'm blanking out, you won't be.
No.
So the fact that you did too is the only reason why I would say maybe.
Yeah. And I sort of thought about it, and I still like to think that didn't happen. I just don't think it did. But let's run with this conspiracy theory that we that we were drugged.
Yeah.
And I think that there may not have been any consequences, so to speak, because you and I had just flown in. We both had our money,
everything on us,
all our cash and passport in our money belt tucked into our pants.
Yes.
Now, I don't.
They wouldn't know that was there.
They would not have. Well, they
Although
probably didn't know. I don't
my
know.
wallet was very light after that.
So was mine. So I don't know.
We don't know.
Maybe they just realised, these guys,
And I can't remember. I can't remember how much I had in my wallet because I gave you some money and I didn't think about what was left.
Yeah.
So I think I gave you 4,000.
Yeah.
And that means I would have had about 6,000 left myself.
Yeah. Yeah.
And all I was left with was that night. I think there was hundreds and twenties in there. That was it.
Yeah.
So
I don't know
what we spent.
Look,
what the bill was.
I'm not going to sit here and claim that we were drugged and well, not robbed, but I don't know.
Look, if all my money was gone and all yours was gone, there's 10, 12,000 baht.
Yeah.
So how? What happened?
Well, we did buy shots. You know.
I know. But
hey, that wasn't the first time in those 2 weeks that happened. That we spent upwards of 10,000 baht in a bar.
But we didn't blank out those times.
Well,
hang on,
anyway,
one other.
We'll get to that.
There's more stories to go. But that was
yeah. So
then the next part, Ada goes, well, we got to go up to the what's it called?
The Sky Bar, which I mentioned was on my bucket list.
Yes,
it's been on my bucket list for years. I've had a few attempts and haven't gone.
So we're going to go to the Sky Bar, and we were going to go because it was on that movie Hangover.
And I said to Steve-O,
let's get shower and go. So can I have one more hour? I said to him.
He goes, well, just give me one more hour. All right, no worries. So then
my phone rings again. So my phone rings again. I've looked at my phone, and it's Ada, and I look at the clock. Oh, fuck, it's 11:55 p.m.
It's midnight.
So much for that hour.
Yeah,
so I answer the phone, and he goes, Steve, it's midnight. I go, yeah, I just saw that on the phone. He goes, yeah, no, we're not going to go. So no, fair enough, I'll see you in the morning.
So we went back to sleep.
Yeah.
And that was Bangkok.
That was Bangkok.
So, next morning.
Just like the song, one night in Bangkok.
Yeah, made the hard man humble.
Yes,
I'll tell you now.
Absolutely.
But I don't know if I mentioned on our last podcast that song's banned in Thailand.
Well,
How many times did we hear it when we were over there?
I was going to say, I don't know if you ever mentioned it on the podcast, but you've mentioned to me before. And then we were at that Bangkok bar and it came up. And you've looked at me, you've gone, I thought that song was banned. I go,
I'm pretty sure I've been in bars somewhere because some bars, some small beer bars where they don't have many customers, they'll let you just choose the music. And I'm pretty sure I've searched it there and I couldn't find it. It wouldn't come up.
Right.
So I've always assumed that song was banned because it doesn't paint a great picture of Bangkok, or Thailand. But I heard it more than once over there. So apologies if I did lie.
And not just in Bangkok, we did hear it at another bar.
Yeah, that's what I mean. I heard it a few times over
in Pattaya as well.
Yeah, Pattaya as well.
Yep.
I heard it a few times. So I might have been wrong on that one, but it does make a hard man humble. But we wake up, and the other thing about being drugged, right? The theory, the conspiracy theory we're calling it. We wake up the next morning. A bit seedy, right? We're a bit seedy.
But not as bad as I thought it should be.
Massive hangover. No. We didn't have a massive hangover.
And that's another reason why, because if I've drank that much and I've blanked out, I get a shitty hangover, right?
To be fair, we did have a lot of sleep, so maybe a bit more time to recover. But, we didn't. And so we got up early morning. We were up at 6 a.m., I think, weren't we? Because breakfast wasn't even ready in the hotel. So
yes, they weren't. That's what because breakfast was served at 7 and we got up at 6.
Yeah. So
we were ready by 6. Sorry, not even got up at 6. We were ready by 6. So we ended up going for a walk.
Just went for a walk and
where did we end up?
Our first proper meal in Thailand was fucking McDonald's. Sorry to disappoint you all. That's embarrassing.
Only place that was open.
That's shameful.
If we waited an hour, we would have had a good breakfast in the hotel, but we just wanted to eat then and there.
Yeah. Oh, can I interrupt again and apologise to our listeners, and apologise to our TikTok audience because we were spruiking. We spruiked quite a bit about how we were going to
do this and we're going to do that and
TikTok daily. We were going to post on TikTok daily.
Yeah,
that lasted 4 days, 3 days?
We were fucked.
Maybe 2 days. I don't know, but we just got lazy with the TikTok and apologies for that. We did put videos and stuff up.
We
didn't actually.
It was
post any of our own
all over the shop.
So apologies to everyone for that.
But in saying that, and we did say we'd do it. We didn't. The heat, man.
Yeah.
The heat.
I
can't explain. We actually spent a lot more in our time in our room than we thought we would, just for the air conditioning.
Yeah.
And in the pool.
Yeah.
We spent a bit of time in the pool as well, just to keep our bodies out of that heat.
Yeah.
And I've not experienced anything. And like I said to get the start with Ada, is that I bloated like anything. I've never experienced that before.
Yeah.
So it was pretty, and there was in Kanchanaburi. I'm not going to jump ahead, just going to talk about the weather. In Kanchanaburi, apparently, like for the week we were there, it was 39, 40, 41. It was pretty hot. But apparently the week before we were there and the week after
was in the
45.
40s. Yeah, in the high 40s, mid high 40s.
45, they said they reported. And I'm just sitting there going, thank God we weren't there that day.
Yeah.
Because that would have been shit.
But was it the next day? So the next day we had a couple of hours to kill in the morning. So we went for a walk down Soy Cowboy in the morning. Not much was happening.
Yes, that's right. Everything was closed.
Because we were going to do all that the night before.
Yes, I know. And we couldn't go to the Sky Bar, but anyway, we went to Soy Cowboy and walked through when everyone was cleaning up and getting things organised.
And as we walked down Sukhumvit, towards Soy Cowboy, we stopped at a set of lights and there was a big guy, overweight, and his T-shirt, he had a grey T-shirt on, like the light grey male, it's called, T-shirt on, and it was wet. The only dry bit was probably 2 inches.
The very bottom part that was sort of hanging between his gut and his pants.
Yeah.
That wasn't touching his skin.
About 2 inches of that all the way around wasn't wet.
It was dry. And
the rest of the T-shirt was soaked.
If you'd seen him, you thought he would have wet his shirt.
Yeah.
Right? But because that very bottom part was dry, you're like, oh, it's sweat.
And we're looking at him going, look at this fat fuck. He's sweating like a pig. Look at the fucking fat pig.
Five minutes later.
There was the odd occasion where I was there with just a wet T-shirt.
The top section of his shirt was drenched.
Fucking hot.
So, yeah.
Anyway.
It was a bit of an experience.
So we went to McDonald's and then we went for a walk down there. Had a look around.
Cowboy,
Drank a lot of Schweppmanau that morning. I reckon I had about 5 cans of it.
And then we went to that pizza place.
Yeah, pizza place.
Which talked about on one of the vlogs that we saw.
I wanted to check it out. One of the vlogger I follow recommended it, said it was great. And we got there and it was good, but
it was,
it's funny because
as soon as I sat there and we got it, I said, it's great focaccia.
Yeah, it's focaccia with pizza toppings basically.
It wasn't a pizza base; it was a focaccia base.
Yeah.
So, if you want to say, was it a great focaccia pizza?
Yeah.
Yes, it was.
Yeah.
I really enjoyed it.
Yeah.
But if for pizza, no, it's not.
And then so I'm like, yeah, this vlogger, what a fucking idiot! Like it's not pizza, it's shit. So I said, yeah, we'll watch the vlog again. So we watched the vlog, and
what did he say?
And he's gone, it's more like a focaccia base. And I went, he's right. Apologies.
I do remember that.
Apologies to Keys One.
Because we wanted to look at that, and he did point out it was focaccia. So, although not saying he pointed out it was focaccia, he pointed out that the base was more like a focaccia.
Yeah.
But he kept referring to it as a pizza because the shop was called Pizza.
Yeah.
But I don't think it's pizza. I think it's focaccia, but it's single layer focaccia. It wasn't a sandwich with topping, and it was nice though.
It was all right.
For what it was. It was nice.
Yeah,
it was great. And we had Schweppmanau. So
then after that, we headed back to we did a bit of a reconnaissance mission to check out where we were supposed to pick up our hire car.
Yes, we did that
because we were heading off to Kanchanaburi.
And then we went to the hotel and went to the pool.
Oh yeah, we had to swim in the pool, rooftop pool. Yep, that was really
which Jada pointed out that in the picture looks massive.
Oh,
and then when we got there, it was just a very big bath.
It was probably 3 by 3 meters, maybe, or maybe I'd say about 4 by 5 meters.
Yeah, it was small,
very small.
For what? And when he showed me the photo later, because it's one of those wide scope kind of images, it just makes the pool look really vast.
Yep. and the pool looked clean in that photo.
Yes, it looked blue.
A little murky when we were
a bit more green when we went in.
Yeah.
So a bit of Photoshop there.
Yeah, I think so.
But, to keep your body out of that hot air, it was fine.
Yeah.
And we actually sat in that pool for a good half hour, I reckon. Yeah. We pruned up and then decided to leave.
Yes, we wrinkled up. We checked out?
We had a shower, packed our bags.
Yep.
And I think we checked out to go get the car.
Yep.
And we got the car. Okay, so...
We were contemplating going back to Nana Plaza to that bar to get our dignity back, but we didn't have any time for that, unfortunately.
We were going to try and track them down and go, hey girls, what happened last night?
Yeah.
But we didn't, and we went and got the car. And so we got the car. So we get there, and
that was a bit of rigmarole on it because it's
getting the car.
Europe car at the Sofitel, and you've got to go into the Sofitel.
Level 2, I think it is.
Level 2 or 3, whatever it is. Walk out, and one of the car park levels
has got all these cars
dedicated to Europe car.
And then there was a sign saying back in 15 minutes. And so we thought, I'll have to wait.
Mm.
And as we're standing there waiting, he opens the door. Come in.
Yeah, come in.
You can come in. What are you doing? Okay, so we went in.
So we
Went through all the paperwork,
signed all the paperwork,
whatever,
did all that.
paid the money, did
and
that.
then
Then he shows us to the car.
takes us out of the car, and as I've suggested to everyone, take photos and video anytime you hire anything. Steve-O gets his phone out and he's going around the car. We get to the front, right quarter panel on the driver's side. And, there's a. We go to the guy. Look at this. See, he's scratching. There's like a dent. It was actually
the actual panel weren't lined up, and it was buckled out.
Yeah, it didn't line up with the bonnet or the hood, wherever you want to call it.
One panel protruded,
and then the door. They're scratching. And we're like, what about this? And he goes, no problem. And then we're going around the car. Every panel
had something wrong.
Scratch or a ding in it.
The roof, everything.
Everything.
It was damage all over the car, but it had been painted over and tried to make it look like it was nice.
So he's like, no problem. You have insurance. It's okay. Don't worry. Like,
thanks, mate.
No worries. And Europe Car is a reputable company.
I know.
So I don't know about all of your countries of origin, wherever you're from. When you go to a reputable company and you hire a car, it's
generally good nick. Yep,
it's virtually a brand new car.
Yeah.
So this was a bit dinged up, but doesn't matter. It was what we're after.
You've got insurance.
Yeah, I've got insurance. Doesn't matter. So we hop in the car. We navigate our way out of the hotel, and then for the first time, I've driven through Bangkok traffic, which was pretty interesting. But it was a Sunday morning. Yes, Sunday morning, so not too much traffic. Because we arrived Saturday morning, remember?
Oh, no,
so
the next day, Sunday,
yes. Sunday morning.
I thought it was Monday. No, it's Sunday.
And we made it out of Bangkok with relative ease. It was pretty easy.
It was all right.
Was it?
Sorry. Yeah. So
we set the sat nav.
No. Hang on.
Okay.
Not we.
Yeah, go.
Ada set the sat nav.
Yeah.
And took off, and he's going, oh, geez, 4.5. Wow, that's a bit of a trip. I go, wow, 4.5. He goes, yeah. And I've gone, I didn't think it was that much. He goes, well, it's 4.5. I've gone, bugger, that's a big trip. All right, fair enough. We'll have to stop somewhere then. We'll get something to eat.
Yeah, because as we discussed, we weren't feeling the best that morning.
Yeah, so in our head, we're just planning what we're going to do. We'll stop for a couple of drinks here, and maybe we'll stop every hour. We'll just talk around this and that. Anyway, we're driving along, and I remembered when before, looking at how far things were, and I swore that Bangkok and Kanchanaburi were 2.5 hours. So I said to Ada, what's the name of that bar we're going to go to that you keep talking about where we watch the footy? And he goes, it's the Aussie Rules Bar. I've gone, oh, no worries. So I got my GPS, got my Google out, Aussie Rules Bar, Kanchanaburi. And it comes up. I've gone, quick start. 2 hours, 25 minutes. And I've gone, Ada, is it Aussie Rules Bar, right? And he goes, yeah. In Kanchanaburi. He goes, yeah. Well, mine says 2.5 hours. And he's gone, well, it can't be. Mine says 4 hours and whatever. I go, well, one of us is right, one of us is wrong.
I still to this day don't understand what happened.
And then when you looked up your map, because we X'd out, we hit the X button to close it out, and we looked at where he'd mapped it out, and it said Kanchanaburi. But I don't know what Kanchanaburi that was.
I'm not sure. So I probably should have done a bit of research here before we told this story, but I don't know if Kanchanaburi is the actual province or that town. I can't remember. I'm not sure. But remember,
I think Kanchanaburi is quite big, actually.
It said Kanchanaburi.
Yes, I know.
And it marked, so...
And that's why I was confused, because
I know in Australia, let's say, for example, you search Perth, it'll take you to the GPO in the CBD.
Correct.
That right? So I don't know if Thailand's the same. Maybe that's why it took us to the GPO in Kanchanaburi or something.
I don't know.
Or another type of landmark or something.
But when we got to Kanchanaburi, everything was there, the museum, everything.
Yeah.
That's Kanchanaburi.
Yeah.
So if there's another Kanchanaburi, maybe there's some different Kanchanaburi.
But even still 2 hours away.
But it's like a suburb, like a
big
suburb.
Fucking suburb.
I know, but I'm not like that.
That's why I'm saying maybe it was the province. We probably should check that. Maybe.
All I know is,
and as you know,
I've punched in the Aussie Rules Bar on his phone.
Yeah.
And it was 2 hours and 20 minutes.
Yeah.
And he's gone, all right. I said, that's got to be it. We're not going 4.5. He goes, and I said, I know, because from there also too, where Anzac Day dawn service was an hour or something away, which means that's 3 hours in
3 hours,
right?
Yeah.
3.5, let's say, right? So still 4.5 doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
So I thought it's got to be 2.5. Anyway, it was.
Yeah.
And so all of a sudden we'd cut 2 hours off our trip.
Yeah, that was exciting. So we were excited about that because we were looking forward to stopping and resting again. So we hit the road, and
that was pretty much it for 2.5 hours. It just didn't do much.
No, remember we hit the highway, so we hit, we're hitting higher speeds. We're doing 80, 90 k's, and the car, there was rattling and road noise and wind, and you get just.
And that's when I had to decide how many k's it had done.
I'd looked down at the odometer.
Yes.
And the car had done over 200,000 kilometres.
Yep. So
I've looked and I've gone, fuck, Steve-O, this car is a piece of shit. I just hope we
done
get
its time.
because we had a lot of driving to do.
and especially when you had to overtake.
Oh, yes. That was
It
had no guts.
It took him 10 minutes just to add 10 Ks to his speed.
It had no guts at all.
It was shit.
Yeah,
it was absolute shit.
But
we got there in the end.
Yeah, so it was the rest of the trip was pretty standard.
Yeah.
Stop for
a drink.
a snack and some drinks and
I think we got petrol on the way back, didn't we?
yes, we got petrol on the way back.
So we didn't. Yeah, it was just
We got petrol.
you got petrol twice.
Yeah, petrol on the way back. Yeah, when we left, when we were heading back, because we got to Kanchanaburi. I'm not sure if we mentioned this in the last podcast because it was a last minute decision, but we actually booked a hotel the night before Anzac Day.
That's right. That's
because
why
Hellfire Pass was an hour 15 out of actual Kanchanaburi, where the bridge on the River Kwai is and that. So we booked a hotel 15 minutes because I thought, because you had to get there at 3 a.m. and I thought, fuck, imagine getting up at fucking
Sparrows
1:30, 2 o'clock in the morning and driving an hour and a half.
And it's dark.
So, but we'll cover that place. That was a nice place. We'll get into that maybe our next episode.
One very small, scary area of driving.
Driving in it, yes, we'll get into that in our next episode.
But yeah, so we finally got to Kanchanaburi.
Yeah,
Checked into our hotel. Sorted ourselves out. Did we go for a swim that night?
I think we did.
Did we go before or after?
I can't remember.
Anyway, we got there and checked in, and we thought, all right, no worries. We'll go for a drink. And but anyway, I think we'll leave it at that. We're not going to. We'll go into the rest of the story.
That was our first. That was our first 18 hours. That was our one night in Bangkok.
One night in Bangkok.
I was going to say a memorable one, but not all of it was memorable.
It was a small portion missing in our brains.
Yeah, and it's funny because. Like and I understand why too. Steve-O was sort of the next morning was like that whole loss of memory thing. It was actually concerning.
It was scary. It's a bit confronting, isn't it? Because you guess because you sit there going, nothing happened, but I woke up and I'm just
could have happened.
That's what I thought about. Fuck, anything could have happened to us.
If that happened to me in Pattaya,
I could have woken up in an ice bath with our kidneys.
Yeah. If that happened to me in Pattaya, I wouldn't have been that concerned.
No, but Bangkok we hadn't been to before.
I've been to Bangkok just briefly for a day here and a day there, and I just thought, wow, that could have just ended. So, I mean, even the smallest thing, we could have been walking back drunk, tripped over and hurt ourselves. Like, what the fuck? And what kind of state were we in to deal with that? I don't know.
In saying that, when we left the hotel, we were pointing out the walking path hazards.
Yeah.
Remember all the
shit
bits of metal sticking out, wires hanging down.
Yeah.
We're just looking at everything and going, wow, this place is so dangerous. And the discussion came up because I remember the first few times I went with Ada, he always said, don't wear thongs because...
Flip-flops.
Well, flip-flops, whatever. Yeah. Don't wear them because there's so many little things sticking out of the footpath that's how it is. That if you got shoes, you got half a chance of not cutting yourself. You might hurt yourself, but you won't cut yourself. But thongs, you will. No.
So wait, for my holiday, I bought a brand new pair of trainers, runners, sneakers, whatever you want to call them, white.
Oh, that's right.
White, brand new pair. Woke up that night and the front left side of my left foot. There were two massive, black marks. Like massive black marks. I don't know what a fucking kick tripped. I don't know what it was. But imagine whatever that was. Imagine no shoes. Imagine flip-flops or thongs. It would have
been
could have broken
your
toe.
skin.
I don't know, but
anything could have happened.
Ripped some skin off.
So
that was a little bit scary. And
but just not knowing
for most of the trip,
we knew what was going on.
We got fucking pissed. I'm not gonna lie, but there were moments where we went, I might have a drink of water now, which is something I never did. But that night, that one day,
woke you up, didn't it?
It did, yeah. It did, yeah.
And again, we don't know, and I really don't believe we were drugged. I think it was just we were both hadn't had much to eat.
Yeah, no sleep.
And no sleep, and I think it just hit both of us.
Yeah, I think so.
I think we had jet lag and we didn't realise.
So you're right. No food and lack of sleep.
And lack of water. We weren't drinking water. We were just drinking alcohol. We had shots.
All those things together probably would have a similar effect as some kind of drug would.
And we had all of them though.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. All our moons aligned.
Cocaine, ecstasy, we had the whole lot, mate. But yeah, it was look, it was something that I thought I'd never do again.
Yes. Yeah, we were going to be more responsible.
There's more episodes to go to find out the truth.
Yeah.
Anyway,
yeah, that was our one night in Bangkok.
Our one night in Bangkok. Anyway, that was it.
I think we'll wrap it up there.
Yes, we'll wrap it up and look forward to the next episode. We've got a lot to talk about.
Canterbury was, I think, yeah.
I'm looking forward to telling that story because it was a very moving experience.
Yeah, love. I've done it before, and I'll do it again.
Yep,
no definitely.
Worries.
And
we'll leave it at that. Let's get into.
We'll leave it there. So
next week we'll do another episode and talk about it.
So that was Bangkok to Canterbury. So stay tuned for episode 2, season 2.
Episode 2, season 2.
Canterbury, Anzac Day.
Yes.
All right, guys. That's us.
Yep.
So
take
thanks.
care.
It's good to be back.
Yes, it is good to be back.
Hope you guys are back as well, listening. And yeah, remember, love is only a bar stool away.
If you can remember it.
All right, guys. See you later.
Take care, guys. See you later.
Bye.